Oh hi, how are you? Welcome to the lab.
Welcome to the GolfLab.
Welcome to the lab. Let me take you through our space and show you around. We're here in Melbourne, Mitcham, and we're just doing a bit of a walkthrough on what the lab's all about. This is the GolfLab, a space where we have spent countless hours, blood, sweat, tears, and a little bit of our own soul has been imparted onto here. Wanted to create the space so we can share it with the community of golfers and non-golfers alike.
About trying to create something for our clients that didn't have anywhere to practice.
Effectively, anyone who is keen on picking up a sport or improving themselves at golf, this is the home for it. We closed our eyes and thought, if we were to have a space where we could get better playing golf, what would it look like? And this is what we've come up with. Where I'm standing is our entrance, and here's where you get received. Our reception staff and our teams here to say hello to you. We have three very distinct zones. We've got our simulator space, we've got our athletic space, we've got our chipping and putting. It's all about having all the right technology and tools for us to use.
But a place that people can come to and do everything all in one go.
Over here we have effectively 4 simulator bays. It takes away the pressure of you playing on a golf course if you've never played, and if you have, it gives you all the tools you need to really improve. There's a heap of data that these machines give you that can help you improve, that help us teach and help us get you better. And this is the space, one of the main spaces we have in the simulation zones. They're probably about 4 meters wide and 4 meters deep, and about 4 meters high, 3.5, 4 meters high. So there's plenty of room to get a club to swing in here. Our impact mats are double lined with a very special foam, which allows you to hit without feeling the concrete underneath.
Where you can really bring your game to life. Allows you to not only hit balls on the driving range, but play golf courses, get data on your game. A lot of the capture of data is very different, and the accuracy of the data. Range balls can be very deceptive. And also just looking out onto a driving range, it's hard to know exactly how far the ball's going. In here, we're getting exactly how far the ball's going, exactly the ball flight that you'd expect.
One of the most important things that we've had is the GC quads and the GC3s by Foresight Sports. It's really important for us because when we are working on improving our game, what these machines allow us to do is get immediate feedback. It's not radar based, so what it does is it takes a whole bunch of photos as your club goes through the ball, and then it tells you exactly what's going to happen as a result of it.
You are looking into a simulator screen, but it does really feel like you're on the golf course. You know, you can set the conditions for the day, where it is exactly outside, really good for training. Because the good thing here is we're in a controlled environment, but we can create other factors. So we can simulate into the wind on every shot and start to adjust your distances based on that. See what the ball does when it's a hard right to left wind, hard downwind, you know, what the effect is of your normal shots.
So one of my favorite areas in the space that we have is called the athletic zone. One of my favorite spaces is because it doesn't have a screen. This allows you to sit there and actually practice using the same technology that we have and get you all the right feedback. It's just, however, you don't have to focus on a screen and it distracts you. And where the ball goes, you can actually focus on all the things that coaches gives you to work on. So if a coach has given you a set of moves to work on, a set of things to do in practice, here's the right space to be getting that done. The other part about this is we've actually designed it in a very unique way. We've not really talked about this much, but it is an open space up against a brick wall. So you'll hear the ball crack as soon as you hit it. You'll know when it's a sweet spot.
One good thing about hitting into a net is that we don't get distracted by the ball flight straight away. Really important when you're working on something technically is really try to feel the change happening in your body and in the club. It's easy to get distracted and move away from that if we see what the ball does straight away.
The other part that we have is obviously training aids that we use, which is free for all our members to jump in and grab. We've curated a very unique list that our coaches use of things like alignment sticks, swing aids, lie boards, all the stuff that you want to work on, all the stuff that you see on Instagram, all the stuff that you see advertised. And so you can get in and get really focused and get better, faster. Reason why we've built this place. Get better, faster.
This here is the jewel of Al Nile. This is the thing that we take a lot of pride in building. This zone here, it's our putting zone. It's our Puttview putting zone, powered by craftsmanship, artisan green building, good materials, and a lot of pre-planned thought and technology, really. Puttview technology. We've got one of the largest Puttview systems that we've implemented here. It is the largest system that we've implemented in Melbourne.
Surveying engineer that comes in and scans our greens at a 2mm grid. It sends all the data to the Puttview team in Europe, where they process all of it and they calibrate our full greens to be able to overlay the lasers on top, the projections. It allows us to project virtually anything that we want onto the greens in terms of putting. And what it projects is all the topography. It can project slope, it can project circles, target lines, putting stations. We can sketch and draw on it if we want to. So it gives us, it's a really useful tool for our coaches to be able to show students how to putt and set up a lot of training stations for them.
Yeah, well, this green, it has a subtle break, so allows us to give you left to right, right to left, uphill, downhill putts. You can do putting of about 20 feet. The Puttview system allows us to show people what the breaks are. There's lots of graphics on there that show the amount of slope. It also allows us to show the actual proper break and aiming lines. Really, really good for training. We've had a couple of professionals in here, and this is the main area that they want to use. Also, if you can be good on the putting green, it starts to build confidence in the other areas. You don't feel like you have to hit it as close.
So this is, I guess, where we start heading into the next zone, which is, and we aptly called it the scoring zone. The scoring zone is probably one of the most important zones. Chipping is probably one of the most complex skills to learn, and also one of the most fruitful skills to learn. And arguably, to be honest, in my opinion, one of the easier skills to learn, because it doesn't require you to be strong, it doesn't require you to be fit. You know, we run monthly challenges. Right now we've got a pin in the far corner, and if you can put a ball in 2 shots into that pin, you get your name on the board. And what's really cool about that is it naturally teaches you, without having to have any lessons, how to control and get your ball into that zone.
The grass that we use is specially designed for golf, so we're allowed to have these perfectly rolled surfaces for the ball to roll on. And we have a variety of different lengths of fringes, from piles of say 30mm heights to piles of 15mm heights to really tight lies, as well as mats with different foam underlays underneath as well. They used about close to 70-80 cubic tons of crushed rock in this area, and then also layered on top with metal dust. And then underneath it there's a special underlay which we've used. It feels soft like real grass, and then what happens is the process goes on the actual turf itself. And to make the turf feel and react like real greens, about 10 tons of sand is poured right on top and is brushed right into the grass. You can't even see it anymore, but It's what's holding it all together.
Just love how realistic it is. That was the biggest thing I wanted for this area. Make it realistic. The way the ball reacts on the green. So you get that softness of bounce. You can get the check. So if this was really hard, the ball would never stop. On this distance, the amount of spin that you can get, the ball wouldn't stop if it was landing firm. So it just lands really realistic. So you get that nice check on the greens. We've got a few different areas that you can play from as well. And you'll notice that with the bunker and around the back of the green, there's a fair bit of slope. So we can play downhill, uphill, side hill chips, which is hard to find at other golf courses. Driving ranges. I'm also at driving ranges. I divide my time between the different areas. I would have a heavier focus on the short game. So the scoring areas would be 60 to 70% of my time. And then I would go into the athletic bays if I was working on anything more so technique. And then if I wanted to transfer that technique more onto the course, I would head into the sim bays. Main thing for me in the sims would be to be playing on the course, transferring those skills across.
So in this space we have two major components of our core business. One is our academy, which we have training camps on all the time, as you can see. We offer a range of memberships to join as part of our facility. We're taking walk-ins now, so if you've never been to the space before, come on in. The way it works is essentially you buy a bucket at a time, just like you would buy a bucket of balls. The same price, you get to hit a good hour for about $21.
You know, we're a very welcoming bunch. We're friendly. We want to create a community of people who, it's not necessarily about how good you play golf. It's more around the desire to want to play golf. You could be a brand new beginner. You could be someone who's been playing for a long time. You could be a tour professional. We've had the range of everyone in that gamut coming through, and we want you to come enjoy yourselves, come meet the team. So come on down to 35 Brooks Road in Mitcham. Come join us at the GolfLab. Hope you can join our fun little family here.